Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday morning and we've got a lovely sunny day out and it's going to be a great day. And we've got some massive transfer news coming your way. Yes, Man United might be interested in signing Mohamed Kudus from Aston Villa. Not only will they stop there, let's talk about signing the goalkeeper Martinez, the Argentine, coming to United. Actually, he's made it clear he wants to move to United in this summer transfer window. But will United make that step and sign him? And let's be honest, Aston Villa are not going to get rid of him for cheap, are they? They're going to make sure they put a huge price tag on Martinez, and United will not be in a position to make that kind of payment. Or will they? Will they be willing to pay huge amounts to bring another goalkeeper to Old Trafford when they've already got Onana, who's completely useless? We're also going to be discussing the Brian Buemo deal, very, very close, we're being told, and the Gyökeres deal. Who thought that was all over? Apparently it's not. Apparently Arsenal have cooled off on a move for him. We're going to be discussing why in today's show, and finally we're going to be discussing Rashford to Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle are interested in signing Marcus Rashford. Will this move happen? How much will we sell him for? And will that money make any difference to United going out there and signing another new striker? Because we are desperate for another striker. Before we kick off today's show, guys, make sure you hit the like button on this video. And if you're not already a subscriber to the Man United stream channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest Manchester United news and more from one single daily dose. But let's kick off today's show with the news on this new link with Mohamed Kudus. Look, this guy is a very good player. He's had some really good games for Aston Villa since moving there, and he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. And if you asked me a season or two ago, would you take Mohamed Kudus, I would have said immediately, yes, of course we would take him. But right now, I think he doesn't really need to be our priority. Right now, United need a number 9. We've already kind of sorted out our number 10s with Kuna and hopefully with Buemo, but we haven't got a striker. There's no point in having another number 10 in the team. Right now, we need a number 9, someone who can get us those goals high up on the pitch. And I think our priority needs to be that, rather than looking at another number 10, because otherwise we're just going to kind of waste all our money. What all money? We haven't got any money, but whatever money we have, we don't want to be wasting on signings that are luxury items, not essentials. In fact, I would go as far as saying that more importantly, we need a goalkeeper. We need a goalkeeper more than Mohamed Kudus. But we'll touch on the goalkeeper situation in a minute. But let's first discuss Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus, great player, but I think this is just a rumour. I don't think this is concrete. I've not heard anything from our sources close to Man United saying about Mohamed Kudus coming to United or that they're interested. Of course, they'd keep him as an option. Absolutely. Man United have a string of players that they have on their books as options, possible moves that they could make, or a list of players that might be available for a transfer. And Kudus might go into that list, but they're not concrete on buying him. So any rumours or reports that you're hearing about United going after Kudus, ignore them for now. It's not going to happen anytime soon. One deal that could happen, though, is for Emi Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper. We all know that this season partly has been completely crap because we've got an absolutely shambolic goalkeeper in Andre Onana. I've said it for a long time now. He's not a Man United goalkeeper. One of the worst I've seen. I don't want to say that. I genuinely don't. I really wanted him to be a success. I was really excited to bring him to Old Trafford when he came. I was thinking, brilliant. We've got, he came with a lot of hype. Let's be honest. Ball-playing goalkeeper, Inter Milan, reaching the Champions League final, all down to Onana, blah, blah, blah. And the guy's completely crap. He can't even save a shot. If a goalkeeper can't save a shot, for me, he's not worth it. I don't care how good he is with his feet. And Onana, whether he's good with his feet is still debatable. I personally think he's just a rubbish goalkeeper and we need to get rid. But the problem United have got, no one's coming in for Onana. No one wants to actually buy Onana. And especially for the amount that United bought him for. So United really can't get rid of him. They can't get rid of him. And the other big problem United have got, take a guess. Yes, his salary. United have put him on a huge flipping salary, and the player will not be offered that kind of salary anywhere he goes. So why would he leave? So he's going to sit still, not want to leave, and that's where United can't really go out there and buy someone like Martinez unless they get some kind of money from somewhere else, and unless Martinez, unless they can put on Martinez as the number one goalkeeper and Onana as the number two. That could actually work. I would be very happy with that if that happened. There is talk that they're going to get rid of Bendia though, so that could maybe open the gates to allow Martinez or another goalkeeper to join. However, the big problem is the price tag for Martinez. He's not going to be cheap. Aston Villa know he's a top goalkeeper. Yes, he's old. Yes, he's reaching the end of his contract. Still, he's going to be worth a lot more than Bendia, right? Even whatever we get for Bendia, we can't go out there and buy Martinez with that kind of money. So we'll need to have some serious money to go out and buy Martinez. So I can't see this deal going through right now. I'm hoping it does. Fingers crossed. I'm desperate for a new goalkeeper. I think if we don't get rid of Onana, we're going to still have the same issues at the back. So we could have a really good defense, but if we've got a goalkeeper who keeps on making those blunders, can't come out and catch the bloody ball, corners, remember last year? Why do we as fans forget this so quickly? It is absolutely ridiculous. This guy can't jump, he can't catch the ball, he can't save a shot, yet he's a goalkeeper for one of the biggest clubs in the world. So we are hoping that United can go out there and sign a new goalkeeper in this summer transfer window. Hopefully Martinez, if not another top world-class goalkeeper, and Onana can be sold in the ideal window. But we do know, like we said, Onana might not get sold, but at least we've got him as a number two goalkeeper, but we bring in somebody else who can be our number one shot stopper. And moving away from the goalkeeper situation, let's concentrate back on the biggest problem with this United team, and that is goals and a goal scorer. Now we are very close on signing Buemo. Very, very close. We're being told that this week, next week, we could have some news on the signing of a new number 10. This guy we are desperately in need of. We are desperately in need of getting this deal done. There's been some question marks over whether he might join another club like Tottenham or elsewhere. There's other teams circling around, all interested in signing him, but I think he's made up his mind. I think this guy's already decided he wants to move to United. He knows he'll get plenty of game time. He knows he'll be one of the key players there. And with Bruno Fernandes just behind, this guy could get a whole bucket load of goals. We need to channel our positive vibes to get this deal done. We need to start thinking positive. And hopefully United can go out there and sign some more players this transfer window. And Gyökeres, some positive news actually. Gyökeres. We thought the deal was done and dusted. He was going to Arsenal, but we're hearing today that Arsenal have cooled down on the whole situation. They've told Sporting that Gyökeres is not their number one target. Sesko is their number one target, and if that fails, then they're going to come back to Gyökeres. Saves you right, Gyökeres, for choosing Arsenal and not coming to United. You're a loser, mate. You're a loser. Why did you do that? Why did you go and make it public? Now he's got no choice, has he? But look, let's be honest. He wants Champions League football. He does not get that at United, and I think if he doesn't go to Arsenal, he'll probably end up going to another Champions League football club that can offer him that. Another big club. He probably has got lots and lots of different choices, but I would love to see him at United, but I think, look, without Champions League football, he's not coming here. So let's get over this one and move on. Now, some positive news and the outgoings. Marcus Rashford could be on his way to Newcastle. Newcastle have registered their interest in signing Marcus Rashford with Man United. This is great news. This is great news because we need to start selling players. Marcus Rashford is probably the jewel in the crown next to Garnacho in the outgoings for Man United. We've got these players, obviously, a list of players like Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony, and Marcus Rashford. And I think Marcus Rashford is up there as one player that most teams will be looking at thinking this guy could make a real difference to their team. He had a brilliant loan spell at Aston Villa, and I think his price increased because of that. I think it genuinely did. I think there'd be lots of clubs out there thinking this guy can still do a very, very good job. Barcelona were interested, but we're hearing hot off the press that they are very close to signing Nico Williams. Everything's agreed. I think it's just a matter of days before we get that news. So they're probably not going to go after Marcus Rashford. I think Marcus Rashford was a backup option if Nico Williams' deal didn't get done. But there's plenty of other clubs in Europe that might want to sign Marcus Rashford. Newcastle, I think Newcastle would be a brilliant move for Marcus Rashford. Would I've liked to see him elsewhere out of Premier League? Yes, I wouldn't like to see Marcus Rashford in the Premier League, but look, he's a good player. Wish him the best of luck. It didn't work out for him at United for many, many reasons. That could be the ownership, that could be other things behind the scenes. And look, if he goes on and does well, good for him. Good for him, but clearly not at United. So if we can get some money and cash out on him, I'd be very happy with that, so we can go out there and buy somebody else. That is it for today's transfer news. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe so you can keep up to date with all the latest transfer news coming out of Man United. You are watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.